resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health. Don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at
Thanks for tuning in on Halloween to the Todd Allbaugh Show.
Zommers is ready to go.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the
Yes,
nation's
30
largest
seconds
nonprofit
till we start.
resource and
Gracias.
inventory,
From the Civic Media World Headquarters in Madison, Wisconsin, it's the Todd Allbaugh Show. And now, pursuing truth wherever it may lead, here's your host, Todd Allbaugh.
Across Wisconsin on the Civic Media Radio Network and streaming worldwide the Civic Media app. Good afternoon, everybody. Todd Allbaugh along with Mr. Aaron Zommers on the board, our producer and engineer. It is 6 minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock on this Friday, TGIF, October 31st, 2025. It is a great day to be a Wisconsinite. Happy Halloween, everybody, from the world headquarters of Civic Media, downtown Madison, at the intersection of State and Fairchild. Mr. Zommers, happy Halloween.
Ha ha ha, happy Halloween, Todd. It's such a good holiday to be here.
This is fantastic. If you're not watching the stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twix, whatever, Zommers got the memo. He is dressed in costume and character. You look fantastic.
Thank you. I know I always do. I'm Tommy Wiseau, director and star of the hit motion picture The Room. I have it right here. It's my movie.
Now, explain to people for radio who might not see you the character that you are dressed as and the impersonation you're doing, which is very good, by the way.
So, The Room is a terrible, terrible movie. It's basically Tommy Wiseau, super rich guy from somewhere in Europe. Maybe we know by now, but for a long time we didn't. Who bought movie equipment, which you normally rent. So that was weird, first off. And it's bad in such a funny way. And he does talk like that throughout the whole thing. And I don't know. There's not a whole lot more to say besides that.
The football as well? Is that the connection to the football?
They toss the football around to play catch throughout the movie because it is clear that Tommy wants nothing more than to be seen as an all-American hero.
I think it's very creative and well done. I give you an A+. Well done, Zommers.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Nice story, Todd.
Look, if you were listening yesterday, I have a costume. Zommers has seen pictit's. I shopped it around. I put it through the sensors. And surprisingly, now Mom, who I thought would say, and by the way, it's Zommers, it's not like inappropriate in terms of like socially or sexually or anything like that. It's not that kind of inappropriate. And I thought Mom would see it, and she said, well, don't cause trouble. But no, I showed it. Her Mom's first reaction was, well, wear it, but don't say anything.
The thing that's wrong with it is that it references a topic that is a sore spot for a lot of people right now.
A sore spot, and a lot of people don't have a sense of humor about it. And so, like, the week I have had, I just said, I don't need it. I don't need it. And so I'm like, just let well enough alone. So we got some colored lights up. We got a little orange and purple lighting up in the studio here, and Zommers dressed up for Halloween. So I'm spooky enough without makeup or anything else, or a wig, or a University of Indiana T-shirt on.
Nothing like that, you know.
I thought the earrings in particular of the costume I really enjoyed, and the wig only cost $9, and I thought it was fantastic.
The earrings were a good touch.
Thank you. Maybe at a later date we'll reveal the costume.
Maybe,
but not today. Not today. Well, I hope all of you have a very happy Halloween. In all seriousness, if you're driving around this afternoon or tonight, please, 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 I beg of you, go slower than normal. Obviously, keep your lights on, and watch out. And for goodness sake, don't be texting or looking at the phone or anything else, because there's all sorts of kids. I know that Mayor Cavalier Johnson has brought back Halloween trick-or-treating on Halloween proper this afternoon and tonight for the first time in several years. And you know what? I say good on him. It's a fun time if you're doing it as a family, or you go out and get candy or whatever. But we want to make sure that everyone gets home safely. So drive slowly this afternoon and tonight. Watch out for kids, because these kids, you know what it's like. You're just trying to get to as many houses as you can to get as much candy, and they're going to be darting out from the middle of the block, in between parked cars. They're not going to follow the crosswalks as much as we'd like them to. So do your part if you're a driver, and drive carefully today. All right, and tonight, but have fun with it. Have fun with it. I know Mom, as I said, is all set back in Richland Center. At last count, I believe she was down to 168 pieces of candy, because she had like 171 or something, and we had a couple.
A couple.
So
yeah.
I think, and she has Reese's peanut butter cups, Snickers, and then an assortment of other things. So the Ewing boys and girls better get over there, better get over there early. So enjoy the trick-or-treating tonight, everyone. Do so safely, but have a good time with it. It's a fun and silly holiday. And look, we all need a break right now, and to have some relief. Speaking of some relief here, I want to take just a minute to make a correction from yesterday's show. We had on this program the fine author, Chuck Collins, of his new book, Burned by Billionaires, How Constrained or Concentrated Wealth and Power Are Ruining Our Lives and Planet. He is also part of the Patriotic Millionaires. And in this new book, he has a section, and there's an article in The Nation right now, entitled "The Billionaire Oligarchs Are Coming for Your Pets." And it's very enlightening and interesting, because a lot of these conglomerates have bought up companies that supply our pet food, that run our veterinary clinics, and things like that. And I encourage everybody to go read this by Chuck Collins. But here's something I want to just call out. And many thanks to, I want to make sure I get the listener right, Nancy in Middleton, listening on MDX. And this is one of the reasons I love this program, because our listeners keep me honest. And, if I'm going to come on the air every day and say pursuing truth wherever it may lead and having fun doing it, we got to make sure if we get something inaccurate that we correct it. And so that's what I want to do. But first, Nancy texted in yesterday. She said, Todd, I was sharing a personal story there. Now, I don't have the, well, if you could find the numbers from yesterday, because I want to make sure that we read that. She pointed out, I mentioned in this piece by Chuck Collins, he pointed out several of these companies, one of them being Mars, the Mars Corporation. That's like M&M's, Mars candy bars, and things like that. They're buying up several pet food companies and raising the prices exorbitantly. And this is completely 100% on me, equated the Mars company with the Mars candy bar. And so Elizabeth, thank you, Zommers. Elizabeth in Columbia County, a new texter. We appreciate that, Elizabeth. On WMDX said, Todd, Mounds Pet Food Warehouse is a poor example from an outside investor group. Last I knew, it's a small Madison area chain that is quite charitable to local causes. Well, Elizabeth, you are 100% correct, and I was 100% incorrect. Because they give away the free Mound candy bar, I, Todd, equated in my head, they must be owned by Mars. And so I brought that up kind of as an indirect example. Well, guess what? I was 100% wrong, because Mound's Pet Food Warehouse in Madison was owned privately. And about 5 years ago, the owner of said company, Mound Pet Food Warehouse, thought, well, I don't want a conglomerate to own this, so he made it 100% employee-owned. So Mound's Pet Food Warehouse here in Dane County, at least, is 100% employee-owned. They're fine people, and my apologies for inferring incorrectly that it was anything but that. So thank you, Elizabeth, for keeping us honest, and you can go shop and buy your treats or whatever at Mound's Pet Food Warehouse and feel good about it. And you could also read the book by Chuck Collins on Burned by Billionaires, where he does go through some of these corporations that own pet food. So there you go, Zobbers. It's always good to have a little, keep me honest, right?
Yep. Thanks for keeping us all honest.
Yep. Not you. It was all on me. I want to be sure that's
generally.
Understood. This is all on me. 15 minutes now past the hour of 2 o'clock. Want to get this breaking news out there. This according to NBC. A Rhode Island federal judge this afternoon ordered the U.S. Department of Agriculture to distribute money owed by recipients of the Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program, quote unquote, as soon as possible, just one day before the funding to SNAP is set to lapse. U.S. District Judge John McConnell's ruling from the bench came shortly after another federal judge in a separate case said that the Trump administration's plan not to pay out SNAP benefits beginning tomorrow due to ongoing federal government shutdown was, quote, unlawful, unquote, but stopped short of ordering the Trump administration to disperse funds. Ruling in favor of the group of cities and community organizations that sued over the cuts, McConnell said that the USDA must fund SNAP using money in a contingency fund. And again, this is breaking news here. We'll see if this reaches beyond that portion, in Rhode Island. But as we started out yesterday, I think there's a lot of people out there. I base this on my own experience growing up as a kid when my mom was a single mother and wanted some help and said because she had a small fund that was basically a gift from my grandparents of a couple of $1,000s in a savings account for our college, she either had to get rid of that or she couldn't get any help. It was either one or the other. And she chose to keep our college funds and eat, we used to call it cardboard pizza. Tombstone, nothing wrong with Tombstone pizza, by the way, but just a frozen pizza and heat our kitchen. And she ate the leftovers, the little bit that there was, and went to bed hungry and wore hand-me-down clothes from her aunt. And that's how we got through. And there are a lot of people, I think, in this state right now who are facing similar circumstances starting tomorrow. And we've seen this with the increased use of food pantries across this state, that they honestly don't give a crap who's to blame. They're like, I got one question. Am I getting the benefits or not? No? Okay, then I got to figure this out. And there's a lot of blame to go around. I get that. But I hope that, none of us individually are going to force the government to reopen. None of us individually are going to force anybody in the state legislature here in Wisconsin to use the $4 billion plus surplus to fund state SNAP benefits. Do I think they should? Heck yeah. But none of us individually are going to do that. What can we do as individuals today? We can take 5 cans of soup, or if you can afford it, more, down to our local food pantry. We can write a check for $10 or $100 or $500, whatever you can afford, to your local food pantry. And as our friend Kira Sabin, the life coach and positivity psychologist, reminds us, our brains are not built for negativity and the world is ending every day. We need to have some hope. We need to be reminded that we're all in this together. And so I hope all of us across this state, whatever you can do today, tomorrow, this weekend, to help our friends and neighbors through this difficult time. And yes, hold our local elected or hold our state and federal officials responsible. But it's more empowering, in my opinion, and actually more helpful if we help our friends and neighbors in need. And maybe less judgment on our friends and neighbors as well. Because as we've learned through our program, through Matt and Aaron Air, through Jade and Greg's conversation with farmers, agriculture people, there are folks working on farms that are they're using SNAP benefits and the ACA, Obamacare. And there are urban people. We're all in this together. We're all Wisconsinites. Come on back, take a couple of phone calls, talk Halloween, and then a special guest at the bottom of the hour. Don't go anywhere. It's a Friday edition, TGIF. Happy Halloween of the Todd Allbaugh Show on the Civic Media Radio Network.
WMDX in the Mad City, 4 Lakes, State Street, and 9,000 hemp shops.
You want to vote for a governor.
Ba,
You do
ba,
have many to
ba,
choose from who have served in
Thank
the
you
assembly.
for getting that, by the way.
Or
I thought I
you can
had it,
choose
and I
the one
didn't.
of us candidate. Hi, I'm Ryan Sternad. I work for a living. Sure, I don't have elected experience, but I do have working class experience. Won't you want your governor to know what it's like to be in your shoes and to govern that way? For more, go to ryansternadforgovernor.com.
Paid for by Ryan Sternad for governor.
What is a commercial? It's a message delivered to the people, in this instance through your radio speakers into your ears. Why, it's like a movie for your brain. This radio commercial is directed to the business community. If you want to reach more customers, you should be using WMDX Radio. It's that simple. Just email sales@WMDXradio.com and let our crack sales team show you how to make your business grow with the #1 medium known to humankind, the radio commercial on WMDX. Long may you wave.
Mike in Spring Green wants to thank you for correctly pronouncing Halloween and not Halloween.
Oh, thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate that. So it is Hallow.
It is.
Hallow. All right. Well,
It's a very common mispronunciation.
Well, thank you.
which
I can't
also
pronounce
admire.
nuclear, but I can pronounce Halloween.
In the city of Milwaukee.
And you know what? If I had a
This
choice,
is a
I'll take
massive
Halloween.
Project with an estimated cost of more than $1.7 billion. And with this official start date announced, also came estimates for how long this will take. Construction is expected to last until 2033. At the recombobulation area, this project is something we've covered extensively, including with an award-winning 4-part series called Expanding the Divide. It might be worth revisiting that series and considering how unnecessary and expensive an extra lane is, and how in southeastern Wisconsin, we're going to be dealing with construction and delays for the next 8 years in order to shave a few minutes off suburban commute times, while the city streets and city problems go ignored once again.
Find all of Dan's work at the recombobulation area.
About 25
You can
seconds.
find monster
Gracias.
savings throughout October at Burlow Mattress of Madison. Save on mattresses, platforms, bed frames, sheets, pillows, and more. American made, locally crafted. Burlow Mattress of Madison.
Pursuing truth wherever it may lead and having fun doing it. Welcome back to the Todd Allbaugh Show on the Civic Media Ready Network on this Halloween, 22 minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock. Who was it? Mike in Spring Green?
Yes, Mike in Spring Green called in during the break to thank Todd for correctly pronouncing Halloween. It is a pet peeve of his when
Right.
people say Halloween.
Halloween.
It is an A, not an O at the beginning.
I can't pronounce nuclear, but I can pronounce Halloween. So, and you know what? I'll take Halloween.
You got to take the wins you get.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Listen to us on WRCE 107.7 out of Richland Center. You can get it loud and clear now in beautiful Spring Green. Talking about the SNAP benefits that are set to end. Used to be known as food stamps. Now they're called SNAP benefits. And I talked a little bit about this yesterday, I think. Kind of the cruelty, right? My former party, the Republican Party that I left in 2011. And, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I've told you before, the main reason I left is because I witnessed voter suppression issues behind closed doors. But the other thing, one of the other things that was a close second, and I only mention it because the guy is still in office. When this issue came up back in like 2011 or so, it was like, well, should the state legislature make a list of what things people on SNAP benefits can and cannot buy? And hand to God, I testify under oath, Glenn Grothman, then state senator, now congressman in Wisconsin, and Mary Lozick. Glenn Grothman and Mary Lozick were absolutely infatuated over Skittles. And Glenn Grothman sat there in a closed Senate Republican caucus and debated, well, I'm not really sure whether parents on SNAP should be buying Skittles for their kids. And I think it was my boss. It was like, Glenn, we really don't have more important things to do than debate this. Look, we give them the benefit. The parent got to trust the parents. And these people wanted to, Skittles. I mean, it was just unbelievable. 855-752-4842. And the overarching point that I have is Do something locally. Give to your local food pantry. A couple of bucks, $100, wherever you can afford, or give them some food. Let's help our friends and neighbors. Rick in Waukesha, listening on WAUK. Rick, thanks for listening. Go ahead.
Todd, you're so brilliant. I got an idea from Maggie Dawn's show yesterday with all of her statistic information she put on the table with children that are on SNAP and not in areas and numbers. And I got an idea, I'm an old John Kennedy. Why not?
Sure.
What if we put this on the table? You got the idea of how government works with proposals. This idea of taking all the federal employee statistics on wages, put them on the table with them, start comparing, and maybe ranks, maybe elected or not elected, and then start borrowing some of their paychecks percentage-wise in areas to temporarily loan SNAP money until they can take it out of the defense fund or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's an idea. I appreciate the call, Rick. Thank you very much, Rick and Waukesha, listening on WAUK. I mean, hey, no creative, well-intended ideas or bad ones. Always good to put them on the table. 855-752-4842. Let's go to Matt, listening in Middleton here on WMDX. Matt, you wanted to comment on our guest yesterday, Chuck Collins, who has the new book out called Burned by Billionaires. What say you, Matt?
Hey, guys. Thanks again for what you do. Just wanted to comment on that tax policy is a unifying source of anger in America, I think, all across the board. We don't feel like we get much out of our tax dollars as compared to a country like Germany where you pay 44%, rich or poor, and you feel it. You get job support training, you get good health care, you get good infrastructure, all these benefits. But I wanted to also talk about this equity firm nonsense that's ruining the American economy and has been for a while now. They've got their hands all into our housing. But I had a friend that worked at Ace Hardware, and one of these big firms came and bought his Ace Hardware, and they had a representative say, well, you're going to get a more consistent schedule. You'll get 401k, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, as soon as they start, they raise the prices. He gets less hours and the same terrible pay per hour. So say goodbye to Ace Hardware as well.
Appreciate the call, Matt. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that specifically, so just want to be careful in terms of me saying something. But I think the point is well taken, Matt. And I think that Chuck Collins' book, who comes from the Oscar Mayer family, gave up his own wealth. Check out the book, Burned by Billionaires. I think that any books that make us think about where we're spending our money and who's actually controlling things, always good to pause and reflect, as my former teacher, Andy Spees, was fond of saying. One of our listeners on YouTube says, I like to grow organic in my garden. The food bank in my town, Merrill, a beautiful town of Merrill, that's in the listening area of WXCO out of Wausau, says, we'll take garden food. I donated 109 pounds of zucchini to my food bank. I do this every year. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about, Cornell. Thank you very much for listening up there in beautiful Merrill, Wisconsin. Cornell's donating zucchini. And I think we can all do something, and that's really, really important. Quick other breaking news here before we get to the farm report. Governor Tony Evers today signed a bipartisan, how about that, bipartisan bill aimed at creating a statewide ban on cell phone use in the classroom. We'll have more on that a little bit later in the show. So, hey, you know what? When this state can come together politically to get anything done, I think that's worth celebrating. So moving forward, cell phones will be banned in classrooms. I think that'll be music to the ears of a lot of educators across the state. When we come back, this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have Juan Garcia here, who is the Wisconsin project manager for Somos Votantes, or Somos Creativos, and talk a little Dia de los Muertos, on his Day of the Dead celebration in Milwaukee, coming up tomorrow. Come on back. Farm News is next, right here on the Civic Media Radio Network.
2.7 WMDX. Both weird in the best way. Your neighbors are talking. Leaders are deciding.
Juan, how are
As the
you?
story unfolds-
Hi, Todd. Pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Forgive my gringo español.
No, it's very much appreciated when, white folks attempt to speak Spanish. So
That's right. That's the key right there. Attempt. I have mi comadre is from El Salvador, so I have dos ahijados, and
Okay.
so I've been to El Salvador a lot. But I always tell people my Spanish is better when I come back than when I go down because I don't have enough people to practice. So I tell people it's gringo español.
no, I totally get the feeling. When I go to Mexico, I come back seasoned. Then I tend to, ease up when I spend some time here. So
Well, I really appreciate being here. So are you based in Wisconsin or DC?
Or
No,
a
I'm
quick
based
note.
in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, one second, just to make sure you know we are still streaming here, so we're not on the air, but people watching the stream can see and hear us. Just so you know that.
Another quick note: anybody who is on the phone lines, sorry, since we have a guest now, we will be able to take a call later. On
Maybe
the
more
other
calls
topics.
later, but not during the interview. Yes, thank you. Go ahead. So, so you're based here or in Wisconsin or DC? One.
I am based in Milwaukee. So
Awesome.
I'm in Walker's Point.
Oh, that's great. And so just help. I was trying to do my homework, and I kind of did a bad job of this. So somos see, this is the problem that me trying to speak Spanish. Votantes it's based in DC, or there's like a chapter in Wisconsin.
It's a national group, and so we have most of our work emphasizes in swing states such as Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, and Arizona. And so this is kind of the first year that we start doing programming in Wisconsin to get Latinos engaged, civically engaged.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. So you got a Dia de los Muertos tomorrow, and from 10 until 2 on Milwaukee or on 3rd Street. So we'll talk a little bit about for people who are new to the show. I always just start off with tell us a little bit about yourself. Then we'll talk about Somos a little bit, and then we'll talk about the event. So it'll be just under 15 minutes.
Perfect. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too. I've got something going on tomorrow, or I would literally drive down to this event because of all my trips to Central America, whatever. I've never been there during Dia de los Muertos, but I've seen lots of pictures, and it's so cool.
Yeah, I've yet to experience something like this myself in Latin America or Mexico for that matter.
Right.
But it's just kind of started to blow up after Coco, the movie. And so it just
Right.
a big thing as of recently. So
That's one of my favorite movies, by the way.
yeah, so I'm learning a lot as we go as well. But it's a beautiful tradition from what I've gathered.
Yeah, like I say, mi comadre, she grew up there. She grew up until 1819 when she came to the university here. That's how we met. And so, I don't know that it's as big in El Salvador as it is in Mexico, but they certainly celebrate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's people have different traditions, but from what I do know, it's very colorful and just very lively everywhere, regardless of what their specific traditions are. But I hope to one day experience it, and I hope you experience it in El Salvador too.
Yeah, me too. I really hope to.
So are you based in Madison?
Yeah, I grew up in Southwest Wisconsin in a little town called Richland Center, and then I've been in Madison the better part of 25 years.
Nice. Yeah, Madison's beautiful. I'm actually from Illinois, and I moved to Wisconsin 5 years ago. So
sweet. That's awesome.
Prefer Illinois. Prefer Wisconsin now. So
we'll adopt you, right?
I'm just glad it's been up and coming since Tony Evers came in. So
yeah, that's super cool.
All right, a little less than 30 seconds, and we'll be on the air.
All right, thank you. Welcome back to the Todd Allbaugh Show on the Civic Media Radio Network. 35 minutes now past the hour of 2 o'clock. You can listen to that all afternoon. Thank you, Zommers. Dialing up a little of the playlist from the motion picture Coco from Disney, a great animated film about one of the subjects we're going to talk about next, Dia de los Muertos, or for those of us who are gringos, Day of the Dead, is a great Latino celebration, and here to talk not just about that, but also his organization. Joining us via StreamYard from Milwaukee, Juan Garcia, who is the Wisconsin project manager for Somos Votantes. And I appreciate you being here, Juan. Forgive the bad Espanol. As I tell people, it's gringo Espanol, but I try because I think it's a beautiful language.
No, it is truly appreciated, Todd. Thank you for having me, and I'm excited to be here to talk about our event that's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, you're here to talk about this event called Somos Creativos in Milwaukee. But first of all, as we do with all guests who are new to the program, Juan, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, and what led you to work for Somos.
Yes, so I grew up in Aurora, Illinois, the second largest city of Illinois. I moved out to Wisconsin 5 years ago and have been doing programming, trying to get Latinos engaged at different capacities, different organizations for the past 5 years. As of recently this year, I joined Somos Votantes, who is the leading Latino organization trying to get Latinos engaged, civically engaged, and have been doing programs throughout this year, attempting to slowly create a community of involved folks here in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, but I do statewide work.
I don't know that there's more important work to be done right now, Juan, and regular listeners to this show will know that I've been to El Salvador over 39 times over 25 years or so. Mi comadre, for those that don't know, it's a Spanish word for godmother or godparent, mi compadres. My comadre is from El Salvador originally. I have 2 godsons. And so the culture, the Latino culture and traditions, are near and dear to my heart, as and perhaps more importantly, in these strange and unfortunately dangerous times, I think that clarity, that unity, and that accurate information is being disseminated, particularly with the Latino community, but also for those of us that aren't directly there, that we have this dialogue and understand one another.
Yeah, no, and now more than ever, like you said, there's a reason people come here, and unfortunately, one of those reasons is this trust in government within their own countries, and unfortunately, from the research that Somos has been doing, and what we know through different polling is that this government currently is failing a lot of our folks, Latino folks, economically, and they're feeling it a lot in their pockets, and just the tariffs, about 71% of Latinos are feeling the tariffs with the prices going up. And so now more than ever, we have to make sure that we're there for our community. We educate and we try to tell them how to get involved so that they don't feel completely disillusioned with the U.S. government. And unfortunately, that's the hard reality right now. But it's the American principles that we believe in should reign higher and stronger more than ever to keep it alive.
As someone whose great-grandparents immigrated, or at least a couple of them did, from Germany, another one from the old Czech Republic or Bohemia, and there's a lot of people that settled in this state years ago, turns out didn't speak English as their first language, and somehow they managed and got along. And I think that's a good reminder for those of us who might have white heritage, that the current iteration of Latinos that might look a little, better pigmented, quite frankly, than a pasty white guy like me, just because those folks may speak Spanish as their first language, they're very vital contributors to all of our communities, and in many cases, turns out, are U.S. citizens that are legally able to vote.
That is correct, yes. And a growing number, right? We are, of course, economically, we are the engine when it comes to small businesses and just being able to build that out. And so, we are a large voting bloc that have yet to find a way to make the impact that we want to, but slowly but surely we'll make sure that we advocate for our community the best way that we can. through our voting power.
What can we do, Juan? We're talking with Juan Garcia, who is the Wisconsin project manager for Somos Votantes here in the state of Wisconsin. What can we do, those of us who might not be directly Latino, what can we do to be supportive and encouraging to those friends and neighbors around us?
Yeah, the simple fact of just coming on this radio show and hearing you speak Spanish and want to embrace, folks like us, folks like me, want to show your solidarity in that way, it's huge. Wanting to learn about our cultures, that we have a range of cultures, because obviously Latin America is such a huge place, but wanting to know in a true, genuine way what we're all about, what we can offer. Both culturally and economically, I think it's the best way to show your support and for us to feel it directly. Showing up in different places, a lot of events were affected this past September during Hispanic Heritage Month because of the fear. Just being able to show up to those events to ensure that there are people standing up with us. It comes of huge support, and just what you do here in this show, it's just truly amazing. Being able to talk about the facts and what's really going on out in the community just helps other people understand that we are being targeted and we are being, we are suffering. But just this particular way is very soothing for us to understand that we have allies throughout different communities.
And what better way to show you we have allies, to have fun together. And we played that music from the Disney film a few years ago, Coco, which is about this great day, because today's Halloween. Most Americans know about Halloween, but tomorrow is designated an English Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos. And tomorrow in Milwaukee, Somos is presenting Somos Creativos, a vintage market celebrating Latino arts and small business. Tell us about that.
Yes, so Somos Creativos, the literate translation says we are creative. And so we've partnered up with Dream Lab. Sean, the owner, is an amazing gentleman there that just, it's all about art and making sure that we bring community together. So we partner up with Dream Lab in order to bring Latino artists, Latino small business owners that create their own art through clothes, through jewelry, through paintings, through furniture. I don't know how that works, but it happens. To come together this November 1st, Dia de los Muertos, so they can showcase their art to the community. Somos is providing a pathway for them to showcase their art, to sell their art, to grow as business owners. We'll be buying a certain amount of items from each vendor and giving it away to the community. So they can appreciate the art and hopefully we have a good bunch of people come out and support by buying this amazing art that's going to be displayed by these great artists, Latino artists, and that's the beauty of it. All vendors there are going to be Latino owned, and I'm just really excited that they have the opportunity to showcase this to the community.
Juan Garcia, Wisconsin project manager for Somos Votantes, is our guest right now. I think this is great, Juan, because those of us who grew up in small towns in Wisconsin, we may have heard All Saints Day. If you're a Protestant or even a Catholic, and you go and you hear the minister or the priest, All Saints Day, the day after Halloween, and we'd say, for all the saints. It was very, very formal, whatever. But this is so much more fun. Because it's explain this Dia de los Muertos, it's celebrating those who have passed before us, right?
Yes. So the ultimate plot of Coco, and which it kind of reminds me of what the Day of the Dead is to never forget our ancestors, to never forget the people that have passed, and to just remember them through an ofrenda, which ultimately is a small altar where we put a picture in and we put their favorite things that they did when they were living. If someone liked to sew, we would put a piece of cloth or the sewing materials to commemorate and just remember who they truly were, and just never forget about their existence. And while the name of it sounds a little bit scary, it's a day to come together to as a family, bring food, and just remember the good old times that the people, our ancestors and those who came before us, and what they liked, and the good old days, like we know them.
Is it fair to say, because in this country, Memorial Day is a day that maybe traditionally that we would celebrate, those who have passed in our families. It was originally called Decoration Day for people who passed away in the military in World War One or two. My history is escaping me right now, and that kind of got moved from just a day of remembering those who passed away in military service to everybody. And is this kind of the Latino equivalent of that one? Is that a fair statement? Do you think?
I would say yes. Yeah, it's exactly that, except we actually go to the cemetery.
But more fun.
Yeah, more a little bit lively. We celebrate with music, we celebrate with food. We go to the cemetery. We bring flowers, and everyone is just kind of like either coming together at home or coming together at cemeteries and just creating another party. Something that Latinos love is parties and just coming alive, coming together, eating a lot, and just celebrating. And we just found another reason to celebrate in life.
I think it's great. My first Christmas in El Salvador, I didn't realize it was also the 4th of July for a gringo. But there's a celebration, there's fireworks, there's happiness, there's joy. And I don't say this about many things in my life, but the first time I went there, and my friend came from a very poor family, and it changed my life from the regard that it showed me that what Christmas is about is family and friends and simple but good food and just gratefulness. And it's not about all the material possessions. And I think that's what's so beautiful about the Latino culture in many ways. It's this celebration of life and spirit and one another.
Yes, exactly. And I think you learn pretty early on from your comadre that if they have 2 plates of rice, and there are 3 people there, we'll make sure that everyone is fed, and we'll make sure that every last person gets a piece of the food, and we'll literally take the coat off our shoulders and give it to you just to make sure that we're all welcome and we're all part of the celebration. So I totally agree with you, and we're ready to celebrate tomorrow with this event.
Let's remind people it is tomorrow from 10 o'clock until 2 in the afternoon. Going to be at 738 South 3rd Street in Milwaukee. We'll put this in our show notes, and we can put that up on the screen as well. What's the actual, is there the venue called that it's being held at?
Yes, it's called Dream Lab.
Dream Lab, okay.
It's in Walker's Point, in the neighborhood of Walker's Point in Milwaukee.
All right, that's great. Walker's Point. And so you're going to have a Latino featured artists, small business owners, creative entrepreneurs, and everybody's welcome, right? You don't have to speak Spanish to come. Everybody can come.
No, yes, this is open to the public. We hope that people can come on and learn or just meet new people, whatever it may be that you're in town for. We want to make sure that you have a place to come and celebrate a little bit.
Well, I think it's fantastic, and we'd love to have you back on to talk about Somos a little more. You're doing great work. I think this is how we build bridges in our communities, and I really appreciate you. Juan Garcia, Wisconsin Project Manager at Somos Votantes. Thank you very much, Juan. We appreciate you, and have a wonderful celebration tomorrow.
Thank you, Todd. Hope to be back soon.
Absolutely. Juan Garcia, everybody. Come on back. A little bit more news for you on a Friday afternoon on the Cynic Media Radio Network. Thanks, Juan. That was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Todd. And our point person is Ricardo. I know you, one of y'all got in touch with him. So whenever you want to have me, I'm more than willing to come on and talk about it.
That's great. No, please. And if you have something that you want amplified or that we could be helpful, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to be helpful however we can.
November 22nd, we are giving away about 1,000 bags with pozole ingredients and tamale ingredients, so people can make during Thanksgiving.
That's so cool.
So yeah, a lot of Latinos don't typically eat turkey during Thanksgiving.
Right,
so we just want to make sure that we give them something they do eat, and so there's going to be free food, free. We're giving away gift cards to every person that comes. We're giving away food. We want to make sure that people are ready to celebrate during Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's so cool. Are you guys going to put a press release out, or have you got one out already on that?
Yes, we're working on everything, but I'll make sure that Ricardo touches base with y'all so y'all can have us back on and we can talk more in depth about that.
Let's do that. I'm in.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, Juan. Have a great festival tomorrow.
Thank you, Todd. Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye.
things. Our dogs, our bikes, our badgers. And mad about making our voices heard. Madison doesn't do anything halfway.
Let's go back with some more Coco
Neither do
music.
we.
I like that.
Got any
92.7
particular one you
I don't
remember
know,
from
just
it?
whatever, something
as passionate about our
upbeat.
community as you are. Real news and great conversation. WMDX.
Are you ever questioning when life will slow down? Are you ever thinking of just relaxing and enjoying the simple things? All of this is possible, even while still being in the workforce. Worthington, Minnesota is a town growing, yet it's nothing like metro life. Professional and labor jobs, a beautiful lake, bike trails, recreation, acres of public hunting, festivals, and great people. Slow down. We're just a short drive away, so come join us. Worthington, it's worth a look.
Seems like nobody in America agrees on much of anything these days.
But can we agree the federal government shouldn't tax people into poverty?
If you work full-time, you should be able to afford your basic needs. Don't you think? We're the patriotic millionaires.
We believe your full-time job should cover what it costs to live. We think your first $45,000 of income should be tax-free.
And multimillionaires?
We should pay more to fund your tax cut. Go to first45taxfree.com to learn more. A working class tax cut paid for by millionaires. That's an idea we can all agree on.
I still haven't seen that movie yet. I
Really?
really wanted to.
Oh,
There was a time I was going to watch it with people I was hanging out with, about 30 seconds. They were like, I have seen it. It has sad parts, and I don't feel like that right now. And I was like, all right,
It
fair,
does.
some other time.
Yeah, I mean, it's more emotional than I thought, but it's beautifully done. It's a beautiful film.
That is what I've heard. And that the guitar playing is very accurate.
Yep.
Which is not always the case in movies.
Right.
What color is the sky? Ay, mi amor, ay, mi amor. You tell me that it's red. Ay, mi amor, ay, mi amor. Where should I put my shoes? Ay, mi amor, ay, mi amor. You say put them on your head. Ay, mi amor, ay, mi amor.
Welcome back to the Allbaugh Show on the Civic Media Radio Network. 8 minutes now before the hour of 3 o'clock, at the top of the hour, ABC, CBS News, and hour number 2, which will include Peter Rapine, our old friend, managing editor at eBaum's World, with news of the wild and wacky, the humorous week. I need this Summers in particular this week to end it on a humorous light note. So looking forward to Rapine at the bottom of the hour. More music there on the way in from the motion picture Coco, the animated picture from Disney about Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. It's a great film.
This time the English version of Un Poco Loco, a little bit crazy.
Very good. Un Poco Loco. Many people would say about me, Todd's Un Poco Loco. Many thanks to Juan Garcia. How about Juan Garcia? He was fantastic.
Absolutely.
And the great organization, Somos Votantes. And we appreciate him being on. And we've already got another event coming up in November 22nd. So we'll have him back on in here in a few weeks to talk about that.
Yeah, it's going to be just a quick thing. I would sharing food for Thanksgiving for Latino families.
I think
and
it's
more traditional Latino food because
tamales.
Turkey, not necessarily the move in that culture.
If you got pavo, which is the word for turkey, if you got pavo tamales or tamales de pavo.
Now that sounds tasty.
Que rico, papi. See, I'm not fluent. I wish I was. Maybe that's the play, Zommers. I've been debating. Maybe I've just stumbled upon this in real time on the air. Maybe I should just move to El Salvador with my Starlink, and I could do the show every day. Wouldn't matter, and I would be on a beach.
You'd get a lot better at Spanish,
and I'd get a lot better on Spanish. We could have a bilingual podcast.
You know, I've always been, after taking Spanish classes in school, I was pretty good at hearing and reading Spanish, but speaking, not so much.
I need immersion. That would be the pitch to the 12th floor. I need to be immersed into in a second language. And I mean, nobody's going to miss me here. I might as well I might as well be on a warm beach doing the show every day.
Although
I could do this gig anyway. I mean, I could. It's not required that I sit here, right?
Yes, but if you want to go to a place in Wisconsin, that's going to be a lot more difficult and expensive.
But maybe we start doing shows on the road from Latin America.
Maybe, but
For some reason, I don't think that's going to pass.
I don't think so either.
People on the 12th floor, but it's a nice idea. It's a nice idea. Many thanks to Juan Garcia for being here. As I said, Rapine's coming up here in hour number 2 as well. Oh, Casper said he'd miss me. So you and Casper, thank you. I appreciate that.
There's at least a few of us.
There's a couple of people. If I didn't show up, it would. All right, we appreciate. Well, I'm spitballing. All right, here. Speaking of spooky news, I wish this were. It's kind of an awkward transition. This is not funny, and quite scary. And well, maybe we'll come back to it later. This is from Axios. Several top figures in the Trump administration have opted to live in military housing in the Washington, D.C. area instead of private homes due to safety fears, according to The Atlantic in their new report. Why it matters? It's a result of the growing political polarization and violence toward politicians within our country, per The Atlantic. Now, I'm going to stop there, give you some an analysis. In other words, Todd's opinion. I find, and this is the way it's being spun to The Atlantic by the Trump administration, that has become so polarized and threatening in D.C. that people like Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller and Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio are now having to move into Fort McNair, a military base. Now, I find this interesting only because Donald Trump's walking around saying Washington, D.C. has never been safer because he's militarized it. So if his militarization of D.C. is successful and it's the safest city in America, why are his top secretaries moving into military bases? I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole of speculation here. To put it bluntly, it don't add up. And I'm getting a little nervous, honestly, when you have non-military people in a presidential cabinet who are now moving on to military bases. It seems like a harbinger, a precursor that things could get a little scary. And folks are moving on to military bases for their own protection, not from protesters, but from what may, keyword may, be ahead in the future. Something to keep our eyes on, I think. Because I don't buy, I mean, the Atlantic reporting is fine. I just don't buy the reason from the Trump administration why these top officials are moving on to military bases.
Like you said, if they've got control of the situation, why would there be any danger unless they either don't have control, which is not the case because we already know crime was down, or they're planning something, potentially. Potentially.
And again, I don't want to be alarmist to too much of a degree, but that came across the wires kind of quietly last night, and I checked into it, found several sources, and yeah, as it turns, Kristi Noem now lives in the home meant for the Coast Guard Commandant. How's the Coast Guard Commandant feeling about that? That he got kicked out of his house on his own military base. So Kristi Noem, the good news is Kristi Noem did not bring a dog.
Well, if she did, she wouldn't bring one back.
Good point. Good point. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll keep track of that. All right, come on back. A Wisconsin fun fact on the other side for Halloween. Also, a What's Worse Halloween candy edition. And Peter Rapine in with the wild and wacky news headlines. It's the second hour of the Todd Allbaugh Show, straight ahead with Aaron Summers on the board across Wisconsin on this Halloween on the Civic Media Radio Network.
This is 92.7 WMDX Columbus, Madison, for real news and great conversation. A Civic Media station.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The Trump administration has been ordered by federal courts to keep providing SNAP food assistance despite the ongoing government shutdown. Here's ABC's Stephen Portnoy.
Earlier this month, the Trump administration reversed its initial promise that it would keep SNAP benefits flowing by using a contingency fund. It decided that fund is for disasters like hurricanes. But now 2 federal judges say that's a misreading of the law. The $5 to $6 billion in the fund would not be enough to cover the program for the month of November, but both judges sitting in Massachusetts and in Rhode Island say it must go out ASAP.
An estimated 42 million Americans rely on federal food assistance programs. Hurricane Melissa out to sea after grazing Bermuda last night. The massive storm, though, being blamed for at least 19 deaths in Jamaica after it hit as a Category 5 storm. U.S. military helicopters are delivering aid. And on this Fright Night, the Mega Millions jackpot is monstrous, up to $754 million. This is ABC News.
Local news, real voices, and conversations that count. That's Madison. And that's 92.7 WMDX.
For 92.7 WMDX News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. There may be some Halloween weekend bonfires, but this is the time of year wildfires can spread quickly. Officials from the Department of Natural Resources say dry leaves on the ground increase the risk. We've had more than 60 wildfires across the state just this month, and almost all of them were caused by humans. That's about double the number of wildfires we had in September. The DNR says if you have any kind of fire, drown it with water and make sure it's out before you leave. Sometimes embers can smolder for days, even weeks, if a fire isn't properly put out. Today, we have moderate fire danger in many areas of Wisconsin, including the whole southern third of the state. And this weekend, we turn back the clocks. Here's Joanne Krulotz.
Daylight saving time will come to an end at 2 o'clock Sunday morning as we return to standard time. With the end of daylight saving time, sunrise will be at 6:38 with sunset at 4:52. There are mixed feelings when it comes to the time change. The best practice for many is to turn clocks back Saturday night before going to bed. However, there are other things you can do to prepare both physically and mentally. Christy Harris is with Amplify Health by Gunderson.
The more that we can try to slowly, gradually try to get to what the new sleeping pattern will be like, it helps that circadian rhythm and it helps us to be able to not have as much sleep disturbances. We know that we can take some proactive measures to help us to get prepared for those daylight savings times. So some of that could be slowly changing that sleeping patterns so that your body isn't having as much sleep disruptance. And I would say do the same thing in the spring as well, because both of them definitely have a direct impact on our overall health.
It is also a good time to replace your batteries and your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors.
That's Joanne Krulotz reporting, and I'm Savannah Tomei Olson, 92.7 WMDX News.
No Giannis, no problem. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NBA. About an hour before game time, Giannis Antetokounmpo, dealing with knee soreness, dropped out of last night's game against Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. The Bucks put on quite a show. They went on to win 120-110, thanks to Ryan Rollins playing defense and scoring a career-high 32 points. Head coach Doc Rivers.
He's just tough. You know, he's a tough kid, man. And we got a team full of, tough guys,
tough guys.
Resilient maybe is a better word.
NFL, the Packers
We
play got the
some
Panthers
tough
Sunday.
guys.
Micah Parsons named the NFC's Defensive Player of the Month.
It's always a great honor to get recognized by your accomplishments. But even though, you just understand more goals, we're working towards something bigger. So, obviously sit back, reflect, appreciate this month.
That's Packers defensive end Micah Parsons with Sports on Mike Clemens.
Catch Farm Report updates throughout the day from the Midwest Farm Report, right here on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Rodney Price. Clouds thickening up on your Friday afternoon and some late day showers. Highs in the lower 50s, a northwest wind on the light side. Shower chances look greatest tonight at trick-or-treat time, then lows will drop into the mid-30s. Currently 46 degrees.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Where working people come to talk. It's The Rick Smith Show, weeknights at 9 on the Civic Media Radio Network. Join me for an honest approach to the issues American working families care about. No talking points, no focus groups. Get ready for a heavy dose of democracy, fairness, grit, and no apologies. It's current affairs from a
30 seconds.
working class
Thank you.
labor perspective.
From the Civic Media World Headquarters in Madison, Wisconsin, it's the Todd Allbaugh Show. And now, pursuing truth wherever it may lead, here's your host, Todd Allbaugh.
Across Wisconsin on the Civic Media Radio Network and streaming worldwide on the Civic Media app. Good afternoon, everybody. Todd Allbaugh, along with Mr. Aaron Zommers, our producer and engineer. It is hour number 2 of the big broadcast. It is 6 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock on this Friday, TGIF, October 31st, 2025. It is a great day to be a Wisconsinite. Welcome, everybody, to the world headquarters, intersection of State and Fairchild on a spooky Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody who celebrates out there. I'm not sure, Zommers, can we take a look at the old Sam Davison street cam? Well, thank you very much. Look at that. Now, yesterday, the streets were hopping because they had the downtown trick-or-treating, and now a little sparse. Things have cleared out. I'm not sure if there's going to be. I saw a lot of activity on campus yesterday afternoon. Lots of kids, some really great college kid costumes yesterday. I'm not sure if there are, Zommers, you're more of a young person than I am. Are there more campus activities planned, do you think, today?
I don't know anything about the campus activities. I just know some of my friends are having a Halloween party tonight with mandatory costumes.
Mandatory costumes, and you got the memo. You are dressed up. Once again, thank you for participating, Zommers. Tell people again what you are.
Of course, Todd. Of course. I'm Tommy Wiseau, the director and main character of the hit movie The Room. It's a great movie. You should watch it. I'm in it. And he talks like this the whole time. And he laughs like that. He's got the football that he's always just holding and tossing around because he's such a great American hero.
Well done. Well done. You've got the laugh down to a T. Yeah, that's fantastic. I am just spooky enough the way I am. So there was lots of talk about a costume. I actually, I don't have, oh yeah, here it is. Talking about this earlier this week. Americans plan to spend on average $296 for Halloween this year. The average price of an adult costume, $46. I spent $55 on a costume I decided not to wear today.
For me, depending on how you look at it, I either spent $8 or $38 because this pair of pants I bought because I actually wanted it, so I'm not kind of counting that in the cost. So this jacket from Goodwill was $8, and I almost forgot to take off the tag.
Be like Minnie Pearl. Yeah, but the upside is I have a lovely short-haired wig and a nice set of fake pearl earrings and a Indiana University T-shirt that I could wear somewhere else. I'm just entertained because I know what the costume was. Anyway, welcome to at the bottom of the hour, our ongoing contributor, our friend Peter Rapine, the managing editor of EPOM's World, will be in with some spooky, real headlines from wacky people, the humorous look at the week in review, and boy, don't we need it. So.
Oh, yes, very much.
Absolutely. Joe in La Crosse, listening on WLCX up there, great station in La Crosse area, western Wisconsin, says that's a great movie, Zommers.
I think so, but I just want to put it out there before anybody goes and watches it, especially if you have to pay for it. it is legendarily one of like the worst movies that there is, but in a very entertaining way. But it is not suitable for children.
Right.
4 minutes in, there is a 5-minute long sex scene.
Really?
It's deeply unsexy.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's just, I guess not deeply. It's just funny.
Right,
But
right.
it is not, suitable for children.
Good disclaimer. Appreciate that. Now, no, like Jane and Matt and Aaron, Greg Bach, and Matt and Aaron have done this, like movies that you like and nobody else does. I think also Pete Schwab on Nightlight has done that before as well. Like movies that you think are great that nobody. For me, it's Steal Big, Steal Little with Andy Garcia.
Right. I remember you brought that up on his show, wearing a tutu and a cowboy hat.
As one of the. That's why I should have brought that costume back out for today.
Dress up as yourself.
Right. I frequently wear a cowboy hat and a tutu into the office.
Most days. He changes out of it for the show.
Right. And I think too much for the show. All right, let's try this. It's time once again for another Wisconsin fun fact. Here we go.
Oh, Wisconsin, land of beauty, with your hillsides and your plains.
Is she in pain? No. Time once again for a Wisconsin fun fact. Yeah, this is great. On October 31st, 1947, actor Deidre Hall was born in Milwaukee. She's best known for playing Dr. Marlena Evans on Days of Our Lives. Deidre Hall's twin sister, Andrea Hall, has appeared on Days as Marlena's evil twin Samantha, making demonic possession, mind control, secret love children, and returning from the dead a family business. That's how we play Wisconsin Fun Fact. Well, more fun facts next week. See, these are facts, and then we put something fun at the end.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm here for it.
I love this new segment. 12 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock. All right, let's go to the grab bag. Speaking of trickery, now, do you have a doorbell sound effect? No, that's fine.
Not really, no.
We really should rehearse this show before we go on. No, let's just pretend. Here, I'll do this. There's a knock at the door, Zommers. Trick or treat. Let's open it up for Dick on WMDX. Dick, do you have a trick or a treat for us?
I think you ought to have that doorbell like the Addams Family had.
Right?
You
rang. Lurch?
Yeah, and then have Lurch crunching your hat when you come in.
What do you have for us, Dick, in our trick-or-treat grab bag here?
Oh, we got Reese's and Kit Kat bars.
Ooh, two of my favorite. That's fantastic. Yeah. All right.
That last topic you had, about these people, these cowards moving into military.
Oh, yeah, the Trump top officials. It was Marco Rubio, Kristi Noem, Pete Hegseth, and Stephen Miller.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This administration causes this constant chaos, agitates people, puts people on the streets unnecessarily, these ICE agents, and now when something maybe makes them a little trembly, they run for cover.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it's weird, and I think it's something that bears watching, but I would deem it a trick, not a treat.
None of them really look like ICE is going to come for them.
Right. Well, that's a good point. Thanks. Happy Halloween, Dick. Thanks for giving out the candy. All right. Oh, very good. Another an Addams Family.
Sounds like an excited caller.
Another Addams Family doorbell. Let's see who it is. Oh, it's Gary in Sussex, listening on WAUK, Milwaukee, Waukesha. Gary, a trick or a treat for us?
I was going to tell you that when we had trick or treat last week on Saturday in Sussex.
Oh, nice.
And I'm cheap, so I gave out these little bitty candy bars, just little bitty ones.
Come on, Gary. You can be
terrible.
nicer to the kids on Halloween.
No. I was terrible. Okay, but tonight in Menominee Falls, I'm going to be going over to my son's house, and he's rich, and he's spending $150. He's giving out the big, gigantic candy bars that you buy at the grocery store for $1.50, and that's what he does every year. He He spends a lot of money. So I get to give out the big treats because he's taking his kids out.
Oh, so you get to be the hero.
Yes, I get to be the hero. So
Now,
I'm
are
the
you
ghost
giving them? Are you
daddy.
going to put along with that? Are you taping on to the candy bar like a gift certificate or a flyer for your heating and cooling business to do a little advertising as well?
Hey, you remembered. Hey,
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
gonna,
Tell your parents.
I got a suggestion for what's worse.
All right, give
Okay?
it to us.
Because this is my suggestion. What's worse, losing your heat during the wintertime or not having air conditioning in the summer?
Oh, you know what? That's a legit one. All right, add that to the list, Summers. We'll do that. All right, well, have a good time up there in Menominee Falls, Gary. Enjoy the costumes and be a hero. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Right, we appreciate you. All right, speaking of, at 15 past the hour of 3 o'clock, time once again for What's Worse. Let's go.
This or that, this or that. Then, of course, the choice is yours. You can get with this or you
Time
can
once
get
again
with
for
that.
What's Worse. Doesn't give away, no prize money involved, but it is your chance to have your voice heard on all 10 news, talk, sports stations in the Civic Media Radio Network covering the entire state of Wisconsin. This is fantastic. I really don't need to say it, but I will anyway. As our friend, I'm not really a friend, but I believe he would be a friend if I really knew him. Mike Lucas is fond of saying, timely indeed on this Halloween. What's worse, the category today, Snickers or Kit Kat? Snickers or Kit Kat? 855-752-4842. 855-752-4842. What's worse, Snickers or Kit Kat? You can also text us on the old Civic Media app. If you don't have it, download it today. And here's why you want to download it, by the way. And I'm not sure we're supposed to say this, but I will anyway. Coming up here in a couple of weeks, going to be a new text to win contest. Your chance to win fabulous cash prizes and extravagant vacations to the Latin America. Well, maybe not the last part. Great cash and prizes, great fun for the holidays. You understand? Because people want to get a jump on the holidays. Well, we're going to have gifts available.
Three-way blender?
Maybe a three-way blender.
I don't know yet. Yeah,
We
we'll
don't know. But the point is, this is real. But the only way you could participate in the old text to win contest is through the aforementioned Civic Media app. So download it today. Get ready for this text to win contest here in a couple of weeks. You can do it at your Android or Apple device. Simply go to your app store. In the search bar, type in Civic, C-I-V-I-C, Media. It'll pop up. Cute little CM logo. Click on that. It takes less than a minute. It is free. It's what CBS's Gayle King calls a deal. By the way, our Luke Mathers knows how much I love me some Gayle King. And he was afraid that Gayle King had announced she's leaving CBS. That is not the case. Lots of vicious rumors in the New York Post yesterday on page 6. And CBS and Gayle King are saying, no, her deal is up at the end of next year, or end of May of 2026. She has not announced, and neither has CBS, what her future might hold. We'll see. Anyway, what's worse, Snickers or Kit Kat? 855-752-4842. Let's go to the beautiful North Woods. Ollie in the North Woods. Ollie, Snickers or Kit Kat? What's worse?
Well, I think that Little Smarties or Circus Peanuts are worse because there can't be anything wrong with anything that has chocolate on it.
No, that good point, Ollie. What are you giving out treats tonight?
No, I never have anybody come to my little cabin in the woods. So,
right.
But when I do, then I have popcorn and hot chocolate set up for them.
Wow, you're high
They
end.
get a little something that's not all sugar.
Well, that's fantastic. I think that's great. Well done, Ollie. Well, happy Halloween and have a great time up there in the North Woods. We appreciate you. Now, the Little Smarties, that's those little tart candies. I don't mind those. I think those are pretty good. The Circus Peanuts, I got to be in the right mood because there's a certain taste to them if I'm in the right mood. Okay, but yeah.
I've never had circus peanuts.
Really?
They weren't allowed in our house because my dad loathes them.
Is that a fact?
Yes, it
He
is.
denied you a circus peanut.
Well, I didn't ask, really. It was just like, it was a joke that how much he hated circus peanuts.
What's worse, Snickers or Kit Kat? Take your calls on the other side. 855-752-4842. And then some What's Worse with Peter Rapine on the Civic Media Radio Network.
0.7 WMDX.
Yeah, I don't know
Living
what
side
circus
by
peanuts
side
taste
with
like.
Cecil Cranes.
Get
They're
ready,
just
Madison.
not- they're kind of
Elsa's
airy.
Own
I
Huddle
mean,
Show
it's
is
just,
now
you know.
open on Plaza
Also,
Drive.
I have
Five-star
Larry and
authentic
Son Prairie's
Mexican
thoughts.
cuisine, fresh,
Must have
homemade,
accidentally
and the
come
best
up.
prices in town. CY1 review said, best tacos I've ever had in my life. Elsa's Own Huddle Show. You won't leave hungry, just happy.
This is Chad Spate.
Sounds like
Sometimes I'm
another
overwhelmed
excited
by
caller.
the hatred and misinformation that consumes our world, but I also know that we cannot build a house of justice and inclusion on a foundation of hatred and lies. We have to practice what we preach. At Chad's Design Build, we confront injustice the same way we confront a poorly built home, with love, compassion, intelligence, and persistence. We engage our community the way we engage our clients, with honesty and humility and the dogged determination that we can do better. Chad's Design Build, remodeling done well with love.
We were in the bottom 10 states for creating jobs and for entrepreneurial activity.
Is Representative Tom Tiffany right? Does Wisconsin rank among the bottom 10 states in job creation and entrepreneurship? Yes, although not in every business climate ranking. National Business Capital, a business lender, ranked Wisconsin 42nd for starting a business, while Simplify LLC, a publication serving startups, ranked it 43rd. But Wallet Hub
I feel like
and
giving out
US
the little
News
fun-sized
ranked
candy bars is
Wisconsin's
pretty
business
normal, so I don't
climate
think
in the
Gary should feel too bad.
mid-30s. And CNBC
Although-
and a poll of
I don't know.
CEOs
They're
both ranked
maybe.
it
I don't know.
21st.
What we always
From
did is we would
2018
get
to
those,
2025,
like the ones we have up there.
Wisconsin
Right.
added
Yeah.
63,300
We would
jobs,
always get
ranking
those big
40th
bags of them
nationally,
and then give
according
out
to the
a
Federal
handful.
Reserve Bank of
So
Philadelphia.
they get variety.
yeah,
You know, you
yeah,
might get a
Under
little Smartie
Wisconsin
thing
Watch.
and a Milky
Fact
Way
breaks are
and a
bite-sized fact
peanut
checks
butter
of
cup or
trending
whatever.
claims produced by Wisconsin Watch and GigaFact. Read more at wisconsinwatch.org.
Time out.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself.
Thank you.
We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what
This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene. Trick or treat till the neighbor's gonna die of fright. It's
Welcome
our
back to the
town.
Allbaugh Show on the Civic Media Radio Network. 22 now, past the hour of 3 o'clock. Happy Halloween. Aaron Zommers in full costume on the board as a director of a feature film.
Don't forget, I starred in the movie too.
It's the laugh that gets me. Very good, Summers. I love it. Welcome back to 23 now, past the hour of 3 o'clock. Our category today for What's Worse, Snickers or Kit Kat. Snickers or Kit Kat. 855-752-4842. 855-752-4842. Let's go to the text line. Matt, one of our great UPS drivers in Richland Center. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar is worse. Need nuts? Grab a Snickers. That's a great Matt.
It is.
I mean, he's a very creative guy. I mean, when we did the show out there in Richland Center with Jane Matnair, he stopped by on his route and he brought us each a little gift that he had made and it reflected what things we had said in the show. I still have it.
Well, thank you. I mean, he's also had some just creative texts.
Yes. He's a great guy. So if you're in Richland Center, say hi to Matt, a great UPS driver. Roger, listening on WFHR out of Wisconsin Rapids. He's in Stevens Point. Roger in Stevens Point says, if I had to choose which one I like the least, I'd go with Snickers. Even though my grandmother kept a Snickers candy jar, I prefer Kit Kat. So says Roger. And by the way, we in the old Civic Media group chat, lots of our stations across the state put photographs of our colleagues in costume. And I would say WFHR, one of the more creative ones.
I haven't looked at those yet.
Oh, really? Yeah. WFHR, really, really great. Also, Park Falls, the folks up there, Very creative. WRCO, WRCE in Richland Center, elsewhere around the company. So people getting into the mood of the day. Jill on WMDX here in Madison answering our question, what's worse, Snickers or Kit Kat? Jill says Snickers are worse. Too much going on. I like the simplicity of a Kit Kat. Now, I like that analysis a lot. Too much. She says too much going on in a Snickers bar, and simplicity, the Kit Kat wins out for Jill.
Along those lines, earlier Larry in Sun Prairie called in and said that he thinks Snickers is worse because the peanuts get stuck in his teeth.
Oh, too small of peanuts.
That's what he said.
See, that happens sometimes. Our old friend John Murray calling in, texting in on WMDX. John says, when I was a kid in the 70s, homemade popcorn balls and apples and homemade brownies were in the mix. Then that TV movie came out with the razor blade, with an apple, and all bets were off. No more trusting the treats. That's true. That's sad, very sad, but true. Some sick people out there, and they ruined it for the popcorn balls and the apples, or unless you take it home and then cut everything into small bites before you use it.
Which sucks. Like being able to give people creative homemade stuff is great, and now no one trusts any of it.
Right. When I was, the brief time I lived down in Florida, I think I've told this story before, I don't have time for it. I was working at the Marco Island Marriott Hotel through various reasons, and my supervisor essentially, and she was very nice, but she played on my soft nature, and she basically bullied me into taking in this tenant because the poor kid was homeless. And so our boarder, he'd been kicked out by his family. He was like, I don't know, 20 years old. So I said, I got an extra. She's like, you have an extra room at the place you're at? I said, yeah. And so I told him, I said, no parties, no drugs, and there was something else. And inside 2 weeks, he'd broken every one of those rules. and he and his buddy made a batch of brownies. I came home, you want to try some brownies? Let's just say there was something else. Yeah. There was something else in those. Murray also says, easy, Todd. Snickers satisfies. Kit Kat is regarded as a cookie, by the way. Really? Used to be SNAP eligible because of this distinction. Not sure now. Wow.
That's interesting.
That's
I didn't know
very interesting. See, I think that having these rules on SNAP benefit, I mean, come on. Because a family is on SNAP, the kid shouldn't have a cookie? Give me a break.
Like every once in a while,
human.
Why can't they have something nice?
Exactly. Jim in Brookfield. Thanks, Jim. I always appreciate your listenership on WAUK. Snickers are worse because the caramel gets stuck in your teeth. Kit Kat are easier to eat and taste great. Jim in Brookfield. Tyler in Wisconsin Rapids on WFHR. What's worse? A snickering kitty cat. That may be the winner of the day.
I do also really like Roger and Steven's point, who says, he adds to his previous text and says he has rules about candy corn.
All right. Oh.
Number 1, open the candy corn bag.
Oh.
Number 2, dump the candy corn in the wastebasket. Number 3, open a Kit Kat. Number 4, enjoy.
Oh, they're very good.
And he hates candy corn.
Hates? That's a strong word.
Well, I mean he says his rules are dump the candy corn in the garbage and eat a Kit Kat. So I think it's safe to say he hates it.
I don't hate candy corn. I think it's, a little goes a long way.
I agree. I like it, though.
Zommers, Snickers or Kit Kat, what's worse?
I'm going to have to say I think I like Snickers more, but I think it's worse because the peanuts, make it, it's...
But you're not. That's one nut you're not allergic to.
Right. I'm not allergic to it, but so many people are. I feel like I'm more erring on the side of fewer allergens.
All right. Aaron, watching us on YouTube, says Kit Kat are the best. Snickers, you have to brush your teeth after eating one of those.
That's fair.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. We appreciate that. Not difficult for me. I am a big Kit Kat guy. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. And just like a Reese's peanut butter cup occasionally, you want to make it special, put it in the freezer for about a half an hour, a cold Kit Kat bar, and it snaps. And also, you never eat more than one bar. You got to go by rows.
Oh, you got to break it off.
Yeah, exactly. All right. That's our holiday edition of What's Worse. Come on back. humorous headlines with our friend Peter Rapine at E-Bomb's World. It's a Halloween edition. Now farm news on the Civic Media Radio Network.
More bikes, lively politics, and WMDX.
Farm news that impacts you and
There
your
he
community.
is.
From the
Ladies and
Midwest
gentlemen, always a treat, never a trick, Peter Rapine.
How you doing? Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Peter.
How's it going?
Ready for this week to be frickin' over. That's how it's going. How about you?
I feel the same. Yeah. Yeah, I probably have like 2 hours to put a bald cap on my head and cover myself in makeup before I'm heading out. So yeah.
All right,
Going as a
well,
clown.
let's not divulge here. Let's wait till we go on the air because this is fantastic. I want to hear what you're going to, but not now. Wait till we get on the air.
Okay.
All right, very good. Oh, it's been a heck of a week, Peter.
I know, good week. Yeah, crazy week for news. Aaron, there's one clip in there that has some good audio. The Zoom call, the cop showing up without his pants on. But besides that, and that one we can just cut short because he basically just asks the question and the guy responds.
I'll make sure to put it up on the screen so Todd can also see it. That'll be good.
Very good. It's at E-Bomb's World Halloween edition.
Yeah, and we have 2 monkey stories today, and the last one,
excellent.
the one we'll end on, is a Halloween theme.
You know how much I love a good monkey story, Peter.
We'll just take them as they are. Just
all right.
Bottom.
Boom. Bottom. Bing makes it easy.
Yeah. You guys have any plans tonight? Trick or treating?
My life is so sad. Not really. Zombers is going to a party though.
Yeah, one of my friends is having a pretty low-key Halloween party with mandatory costumes. I only say low-key because the people who are hosting it have an infant, and I imagine they will not keep the party going too strong too long. Yeah.
Do you have a
I
costume?
know one of my friends is dressing up as Rufus the Naked Mole Rat from Kim Possible.
Oh, that's good.
I haven't seen it yet, but I look forward to it. He's also going to bring a bunch of burritos because, the character likes to eat burritos despite being a mole rat. And so he's planning to stop by Taco Bell on the way over and grab like $8 burritos.
Whoa.
Nice.
So there's food involved. All right.
He's dedicated to the bit. What can I say?
I admire somebody who dedicates themselves to the bit.
Yeah, someone who dresses up and brings food. It's great.
Right? That's fantastic. Have you been traveling, Peter, or just been chilling in beautiful
No, I've
New
just
York
been.
City?
Yeah, I've been here. I think I'll be in Van next month. Yeah, it's kind of odd. I mean, I feel like Halloween's really snuck up on us this year. Can't believe it's already the end of October. Yeah.
Heather says Kim Possible is the best. That's dedication. All right, very good. Thank you, Heather. I think you're right, though, Peter. Yeah, I mean, it just seems like yesterday it was the 4th of July. Here we are.
Honestly, yeah.
We're in Halloween. Ay.
Honestly,
did you get to see CP while I was out in New York City?
I did, yeah. Yeah, we went bowling.
Went bowling?
Went bowling, yeah.
That's fantastic. I haven't. Now, here's a story that he probably doesn't remember. My 5th grade birthday was at the Richland Center bowling alley, and CP was there. I probably have a picture somewhere.
Wow. Find that and send that to me.
All right, well.
I'd love to see that. Yeah, it's funny because CP was talking all this junk about how he didn't want to bowl. He was like not into it. And then he was like one of the better bowlers.
See, I'm telling you, he's been bowling since 5th grade. It's a ringer.
Yeah.
You grew up in Richland Center. You know how to bowl.
Well, I'm not too bad of a bowler myself. And I had a couple strikes. So, I can.
Oh, nice.
I can bowl. But I was giving some tips. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
on the legs.
Yes. I have not picked up a bowling ball in, I bet, at least 5 or 6 years. I don't know.
I forgot how long the intro is.
I like it. That's right. Little Michael Jackson for you. Thriller. Maybe the best Halloween song of all time. Certainly the best dance for Halloween of all time, I would have to say. Zombers on the board. Glad to have you along. 35 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock. Happy Halloween on this TGIF Friday edition. We've made it. We've made it to the end of another week. And what better way to sit back, relax, have some goofy fun, and just chill for the last half hour of the week than with our ongoing contributor and friend. He is the managing editor of eBaum's World. Mr. Peter Rapine joins us from New York City. The city's so nice, they named it twice. Peter, how are you?
I'm great. Couldn't be happier to be with you. It's a great way to cap off my week. And as soon as we end, I'm going to be putting a bald cap on my head because tonight I'm dressing up as the sad clown from David Hopper painting.
Really?
That's great.
Sorry, Edward Hopper.
Edward Hopper. All right, now I would like to have a photo for next time so we can see what it looks like tonight. So make sure you take a selfie or something so we can see this this great costume. Is this like a friend's party? Is this a big swinging New York Manhattan party? What is this?
It's a Brooklyn party. It's so it's a cover band show. It's a bunch of rock bands doing everyone from the Talking Heads to the Stones to the Ramones. It's it's a show I've been to before. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun, and I've never been in New York City for Halloween, but I got to believe that everybody gets into the spirit and just has fun.
Yeah, around this time of year, you can always play a game called Costume or Not, where you guess if someone is in a costume or if they're not in a costume. When I lived in San Francisco, we used to play this game a lot, and you can play it in New York because people celebrate for the whole week before. But today, you better guess costume because obviously it's Halloween.
That's so funny you say that because Zombers. So our studios are right down here on State Street, and there are various parties throughout the week. And we put the camera on. I'd say to Zombers, "Is that a costume or not?" and I said, when you go to New York City, of course, I mean, you walk through Manhattan, and you got Spider-Man, and Cookie Monster, and Tickle Me Elmo, and whatever. So. Yeah, are people working or are they actually having fun?
Yeah, is that actually Patrick Bateman or just some, just some banker? Yeah.
All right. Well, this is great for people who might not have seen the show before. Peter joins us every other Friday, and they scour the real and wacky headlines of stupidity of human beings, and they put it and compile it on ebaumsworld.com. You can find all these stories and headlines there, and he brings these to us. And Peter, these are real headlines from real people.
Yes, yeah, from out there in our real crazy world. And I have one to start us off today, Todd, that's near and dear to your heart. It's about monkeys. Here we go.
Monkey story. I love a good monkey story.
There's a monkey with hepatitis C and herpes loose in Mississippi.
There's a monkey with hepatitis C and herpes loose in Mississippi. And no, it's not Thad Cochran dressed as a monkey in Mississippi.
So this happened on Tuesday, and the update I will make is that there's actually 3 monkeys loose, not just one. And get a load of this. So a truck carrying a bunch of diseased monkeys, diseased with hepatitis C, herpes, and everyone's favorite world-shutting virus, COVID, got into an accident, and all these monkeys got loose. And sadly, they all had to be put down because you can't have monkeys with hepatitis C and herpes and COVID running around terrorizing the public.
My question is, why were there a truck of monkeys with COVID, hepatitis C, and herpes in the first place?
This is a very good question. Yeah.
And we don't know. We don't know.
I assume that they were, test subjects for some sort of vaccine or something. I don't know why you would give a monkey all three of those diseases. But my follow-up is, why isn't that truck stronger? Why can monkeys escape if they veer off the highway and crash into a pole?
You don't need that.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I feel bad for the monkey, quite frankly.
Oh, of course. But you don't feel bad for the three that got away, which currently are out on the lam. Yeah. Yeah.
They're on the lam looking for a zoo monkey to have some fun with. All right. Peter Ray, my next headline. Go ahead.
Next headline. And we have audio for this one.
Audio. All right.
Cop shows up to virtual court clearly not wearing pants.
A cop shows up to a virtual court hearing clearly not wearing pants. Okay.
And I'd assumed, I'm sure most viewers assume, that Zoom courts went away after COVID went away, But I guess we're still doing them. And one cop in Detroit was asked by the judge whether or not he was wearing pants, and we have audio for it.
All right, here's it.
Please. Yes, Officer Jackson, badge number 3919, out of the 12th precinct. All right.
You got to ask the camera judge.
You got some pants on, officer? Sir, they're in the. No, sir.
No, sir, I do not have pants.
So we've all been there, I think, if we're being honest. Yeah. Which I'm not even sure if Peter has pants on right now. but you're on a Zoom call, and the cop was in his living room, and it looked like the laptop must have been on his coffee table, and the camera was pointed a little bit too far down that showed his lap, and the cop I'm not sure if he had underwear on or what, but clearly was not wearing pants, and he was not aware of how far down the camera was, and he was exposing himself a little bit more than he might.
It appears that he was, however, wearing his gun. But no, to the credit of the judge, the case continued without any other, incident. He let it go. I think he maybe told him to flip up his camera a little bit, but it proceeded without further stoppage.
To make clear, the cop was not on trial. He was just there as part of the hearing to say, this is what I witnessed, why I arrested this person.
Yes. Yeah.
But he appeared via his home. And look, who amongst us just says, look, I'm home alone. I want to be comfortable. I'm not putting pants on today.
Yeah. If you're going to do it, just sit at a desk.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter. That's the takeaway. Sit at a desk if you're not going to wear pants. And incidentally, I happen to notice that Peter is, in fact, at a desk. All right. Next headline.
All right. Next headline, short and simple. Trump put candy on a kid's head again.
Trump put candy on a kid's head again.
As it's pretty customary for, presidents to hand out candy at the White House. I'm not sure, but maybe your viewers will remember, but Trump in his first term put a candy bar on a young kid dressed up as a minion. He came up to get candy, and he had a very flat top, and so Trump assumed, hey, candy goes there. Well, he did it again, but this time the kid was dressed up as DJ Marshmallow, which is like a DJ and a Fortnite character. Very flat top, kind of square head, and the kid resisted as he might, but Trump got his way. Put the bar of candy on the kid's head, and he walked out of frame.
I saw that. I saw that the one from this year, and the kid's like, give it, put it in my hand or my pail. And Trump he insisted on putting it on this poor kid's head. Is he doing that just to be a bully? Does he think he's funny?
Well, I think he just has intrusive thoughts, and he sees a flat space. He's like, I can rest the candy there. No other explanation.
We're talking to Peter Rapine, who is the managing editor of EPOM's World, his bi-weekly appearance with us. We always look forward to it. He brings us real headlines from weird and wacky behavior of the human species. All right, Peter, next headline.
Okay. Next headline comes to us from Twitter, where people are having a pretty hot debate. Headline reads, "The internet is divided about how you're supposed to pee at a urinal."
Of all the things out there, the internet is divided about how you're supposed to pee at a urinal.
You know, I didn't know this was an internet debate, but it is a debate I recently had with my roommates.
Is it really?
And I will say, Peter is about to describe, what the general consensus is. I was in the minority.
All right, go ahead, Peter.
Interesting. Well, so it started after someone posted a poll on Twitter asking, do you go out and over your underwear, or do you go through the fly? 71% of people said they go out and over, while 28.9% said they go through the fly.
That's fascinating, actually.
And thus kicked off a really hotly tested, argument about what the right way to go is. Yeah.
And Zommers is right that this is a real thing amongst dudes, right? Like, I think because I don't know anybody, not that I'm looking, but I don't know anybody that like goes back and forth. You're probably one or the other, right?
Well, I think it also depends on what kind of underwear that you're wearing,
well,
right? If you're wearing boxer briefs that are maybe more classic with a button on them, you might go through. But I would assume that like 70 to 80% of people would do the out and over method.
I just think out and over is quick and easy. You get it over with.
Yeah.
I don't want to undo my belt, though.
Oh, so, really? So you're like an unzip the fly kind of guy.
Yeah, that's what it's there for.
Interesting.
All right, well, maybe TMI. But
now you know more than you need.
We'll keep it moving.
Keep her moving, as Charlie Barron likes to say. All right, next headline, Peter.
This is another one from Twitter. It's a little grosser, though not in the sense that you're going to think. Not bathroom gross.
Right.
People are finding out that coffee pods contain ground up cockroaches, and they're allegedly not happy about it.
I bet they're not. People are finding out coffee pods contain ground up cockroaches, and they're not happy. Please explain.
So it started after a woman tweeted that she got an allergy test, and it told her that she was allergic to cockroaches. And she surmised from that the cockroaches that she was getting exposed to were in the coffee pods that she was drinking.
Oh, my gosh.
Because
what? Go ahead.
Because there's certain regulations that the FDA has about ground coffee. Famously, when I was a kid, people would joke that Fig Newtons had, rats or mice in them, because there are certain food standards for what can actually be in a product. And sure enough, there might be a small amount of cockroaches in your coffee pods.
Do we know what brand this is? We don't. No, it doesn't say.
No.
I guess somebody didn't want to be sued. But I feel like it's. I mean, if this is real, it appears that it is. If the woman got a test from her doctor and found cockroaches, if she's not having them chocolate covered, wow.
Yeah,
just buy your coffee local. Don't you know what I mean? Don't use an off-brand coffee pod.
No.
Is that the takeaway, Peter?
I guess it is.
All right. We're going to come back and wrap it up here with more weird and wacky headlines. The Week in Review with the managing editor of EPOM's World, Mr. Peter Rapine, live from New York City. Don't go anywhere. It's the Todd Allbaugh Show on the Civic Media Radio Network.
By the way, Troy in Mount Horeb says I'm right about using the flag.
I think that's a legit debate.
See,
not debate, but I mean,
I just assumed everyone opened their belt.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
For me, I was just always confused when people would walk up to the urinal and undo their belt. I'm like, I don't know what those people are doing, but I'm not about to go look. It didn't occur to me because,
yeah,
I
feel like keeping, sorry.
The opening is there. You're meant to use it. I'm just like, oh, well, that's what it's for, right? I don't know. What were you saying?
Well, it feels like a little too Mission Impossible. You gotta like, do you have buttons on your pants? Do you have a zipper? You gotta like do too many things. Now I'm like trying to find, a nuclear code when I just can open up and go.
I think I'm with you. Just get it, just boom, get it over with, up and over.
Anything in this next one, Toronto mom, that I should be wary of saying, just because Toronto mom says her Tesla's AI asked her son for nudes.
Let's look.
Yeah, that doesn't look like there's anything you can't say in there.
Okay. We were pretty sure to like keep that one pretty safe. I just wasn't sure if nudes or anything was.
No, I think that's fine.
Okay.
I think, good Lord, I think maybe keeping it on the slight serious. I mean, it's more weird than funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Otherwise, I mean, it's real. So I mean,
yeah. The funny quote she had is she's like, I didn't expect my family car to ask this of my child.
Who would? Who's programming things at Tesla? That's my question.
Well, it's their Grok AI, which they already use for Twitter, which is clearly polluted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good gravy.
I mean, they have to spend so much time telling it to stop saying the truth when people ask questions. So
exactly. Yeah.
Now, I didn't know this, Bart. Bart sends us information. Listener says most monkeys are infected with Hep B. Not the same as Hep A. Very deadly to humans. Kind of not funny. I mean, I'm not saying. I just think why do the monkeys have all these things and then they get loose? I think that's kind of funny.
All right, we got about 30 seconds.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, you're not funny if you live in Mississippi.
Exactly.
For everybody else, or if you're the bus driver. That
Welcome back to the Todd Allbaugh Show on the Civic Media Radio Network, where it is now 8 minutes before the hour of 4 o'clock. At the top of the hour, ABC or CBS News, depending upon which of our great stations you're listening to across the state of Wisconsin. A weather update. Looks like a few showers, as they say, popcorn showers here and there for trick-or-treaters, but nothing, no rainouts, no washouts, I don't think, for anybody trick-or-treating across the state of Wisconsin tonight. And then a great sports reporter, Mike Clemens, in with a sports report. The World Series back in Toronto. Now, Peter Rapine, who joins us from New York City, managing editor of EPOM's World. You spent some time in Canada recently for personal reasons, shall we say. Nothing illicit, by the way. But you've been in Canada. Do they celebrate Halloween in Canada?
they do. Yes.
Really? You know this? All right.
I do. At least in Vancouver. I assume in Toronto as well. Yeah.
So we'll see. The Blue Jays could wrap it up tonight in Toronto. That would be a treat for them in the World Series. We'll see.
Would it be their first ever?
No, they won because our former Brewer, Paul Molitor, who got traded to the Brewers in the 90s, they won it. He was the MVP of the World Series for Toronto back in the early 90s, long before Peter Rapine was a twinkle in his parents' eye. All right, and then after the sports update, another great edition of Maggie Dawn's show, followed by a great edition of Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. All right, Pete, you bring us Peter. Sorry, I usually call you Peter, but what do they call you? Your friends? What are they? Is it Pete? Peter?
It's
or
Pete.
those
Everyone calls me Pete. Yeah.
Really? But people who know him really well, Dan. So I think that's interesting. All right. Well, I just like Peter. Peter, next, these are weird, wacky headlines from actual humans, not fiction.
Yeah. So speaking of the Toronto Blue Jays, our next story is from Toronto, where a mother says that her Tesla's AI asked her son for nudes.
Toronto mom says her Tesla asked her son for nudes. This is real.
She claims
weird, but real.
So she, in an interview with CBC, she claims that she was giving her children a ride home from school, and her Tesla, which now is integrated with Elon's Grok AI system, where you can talk to it
from
and
Twitter
ask questions.
Or X.
Yeah, from Twitter, which they use for Twitter and X. And now in Canada, they now have the Grok and Teslas. So the kid asked its opinions on Ronaldo and Messi, saying like, which ones do you like better? Who's the better
soccer
player?
players?
Soccer players, famous soccer players, which is a really also heated debate on the internet.
Right.
And after some like banter back and forth, Grok said Ronaldo, and then followed up by asking the kid to send its nudes. And the mother was clearly taken aback. Yeah, she was quoted, telling CBC that she never expected her family car, to ask something of like that.
So this is what we are in 2025. Now we have to be worried that our car AI is being inappropriate with kids. It's no longer Jeffrey Epstein or Donald Trump. Now we got to worry about the family sedan, for God's sake. I mean, you can't win for losing, Peter.
No, it's really messed up. It's obviously easy to laugh at. I think you kind of have to laugh at it because otherwise
it's weird.
The world that we live in just seems unreal. But sadly, it is.
Yeah. Sadly, it is. All right, be careful of those Teslas out there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and we wrap it up with this final headline. You can find all these at epalmsworld.com. Final headline, Peter.
Diaper-wearing monkey seen swimming from the rafters of a spirit Halloween.
We end where we began with another monkey story. Diaper-wearing monkey seen swinging from the rafters of a spirit Halloween. What?
So, yes, a woman shopping for her daughter's Halloween costume in Plano, Texas, pulled out her phone and recorded a monkey running around on top of all the displays, swinging from the roof. Allegedly, the monkey was out shopping with its owner when it was frightened.
One does.
Yes, when it was frightened by a store animatronic, one of those like things that'll jump at you, and got spooked and ran away. They did call the police to apprehend the monkey, but this story has a better ending because after a long standoff, they actually coerced the monkey down with a cookie. And everyone went home happy and healthy. Yeah.
The moral of the story is don't take your monkey shopping. I mean, if you have, just leave it at home.
Yeah. Yeah. This one did not have COVID or herpes or hepatitis C, though.
It was a well-vaccinated family monkey that just went shopping at the Halloween store.
Exactly. Yeah.
I want the video that Zommers is playing of this is priceless. And so one of these weird animatronics, said, and it spooked the monkey.
I mean, good thing it was wearing a diaper because, as the saying goes, it would have got something scared out of it.
Right. The monkey was very upset. Well, look, I cannot. You curated beautifully a Halloween edition of EPOM's World Weird and Wacky Headlines. These are all available at epalmsworld.com. Another great way to end the week, Peter. And now you get to go put on your bald cap and do the. Are you doing your own makeup? Or do you have someone doing it for you?
I have someone doing it for me. Yeah, no way I can do it myself. Yeah.
Wow. A friend, or is this like somebody who actually works in makeup out in New York City?
Well, my Canadian visitor's in town, and we're going out together. She's currently working on her costume, which anyone listening, if you remember what salad fingers is,
oh boy,
this is going to be a frightening one.
A very spooky, very spooky
a throwback.
Costume.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wish you luck and have fun out there in New York City tonight on the streets. Have a happy Halloween, Peter, and thank you very much for spending time with us. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay, thanks, Todd.
All right, thank
happy
you.
Halloween.
Peter Rapine, happy Halloween. Happy Peter Rapine, everybody, managing editor of EPOM's World. Many thanks to Juan Garcia, also being here from Somos Volcanes, and also Aaron Zommers, our producer and engineer, and all of you for listening. Join us on Monday. Our friend Jane Matnair on air will join us. Look back at the weekend headlines. Have a great Halloween and a great weekend. Todd saying, whatever you're fighting for, whatever you believe in, do not give up. Keep banging your drum. We'll see you Monday.
Keep banging on. you're drunk and they will hear you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you. Have a great weekend and Halloween.
We'll see you in November.